Did you know that it's estimated each year the NCAA generates $1 billion off of college sports? As college students, we can all attest to how difficult it is to balance classwork with a job. But imagine working a full time job plus school and not even getting paid for it. Although I can understand some hesitation in paying college athletes, I believe the NCAA has profited too long and not properly allocated that money to all the parties involved. Hi, class. My name is Justin, and I'm here to tell you that college athletes deserve to be paid because the NCAA is generating billions of dollars a year off the backs of student athletes who won't see a dime. First, I want to state how college athletics generates billions in revenue and none goes to the revenue getters. According to an article by Peter Jacobs of Business Insider, students reported to spending at least 30 hours a week outside of class practicing their particular sport. The NCAA actually has a rule against this. They're supposed to limit it to 20 hours a week, restricting students to 20 hours of practice time a week. But unfortunately, this rule is very rarely enforced. Imagine working all those hours, seeing the company you work for generate millions of dollars, and you get nothing for it. Not only do they not get paid for their time spent practicing their particular sport, but they also can't even profit off their own likeliness. So this is autographs, meet and greets, their jersey sales, all that stuff. They don't get profited off any of that. California is the only state to pass a law to allow college students to be able to, college student athletes to be able to generate off their own likeliness. This is a big deal, but unfortunately it won't be enforced until 2023 at the earliest. There are also underlying racial tones when it comes to a lack of support in paying student athletes. African Americans make up majority of the top 3 college sports. That is Division I men's and women's basketball as well as men's football. A study by the Huffington Post asked the nation if they felt that college athletes deserved to be paid, and the numbers were staggering. 52% of black respondents supported the idea of paying, while 43% of the white respondents opposed it. There is a growing sense in the college community that these student athletes should just be happy that they're getting scholarships and that they see it is a gift in itself because they're coming from a lot of times worse situations than the college campuses that they're staying on. But the fact of the matter is that their families are still forced to be there. They still have to deal with that. Basketball and football with majority black players don't have the opportunity to go pro directly out of high school. This is a contradiction to white sports because these are sports like baseball and hockey. They're allowed to go straight out of high school and pursue their dreams to become a pro athlete. But predominantly African American sports, they force them to go to school so they can make money, because not only do these sports have a lot of African Americans, but they also are very lucrative for the NCAA. This is also a big deal. America is behind the times in this because in other countries such as in Europe, pro athletes can be as young as the age of 13 before they start becoming pro. This would be in like soccer, predominantly basketball as well. Lastly, there is a misconception that student athletes are afforded everything they need via their scholarships, and this honestly isn't the truth. Brennan Thomas from the Bleacher Report estimates that the cost of living each semester is nearly $1,500 more than what is covered by scholarships. Many athletes that make up the most lucrative sports, basketball and football, don't come from affluent backgrounds to make up the difference. So as college students, we know a lot of the times we can't afford the things that we want, so we pick up part-time jobs to work. But college athletes, how do you have the time to, even if you were able to, even if they allowed you to do it, where would you have the time to work a part-time job when you're already putting in, on average, 30 hours a week outside of class. Plus, you got to get your degree, which they say is what you should be happy for. But how can you do that when you have all these other things on your table, especially um, with life involved as well? This system is truly flawed. As coaches from major programs are making millions of dollars a year, while students on the team lack basic funds to eat at certain times. So there's the allocation of money is really distorted right now. You can see that the NCAA has a brand new headquarters. They have multiple headquarters actually across the country, and you're paying coaches and coaching staffs millions of dollars a year, while you have students who are putting in the same amount of time as these coaches as well, and who are actually working for your product that don't get paid for anything at all. They're the revenue generators. They're the one who are allowing you guys to be paid millions of dollars. The fact of the matter is, majority of these athletes won't make it to the pros. And even with a scholarship, you're still indebting students while you guys are making millions off of them. So not only are you indebting them with these scholarships, who most of the time they can get taken away if the student isn't performing. There's a lot of factors that go into it. In conclusion, I would like to state that the NCAA has crafted a system that provides consistent cheap labor, taking advantage of thousands of college students while making $1 million off of their passion. They have a huge passion for their sport. These athletes are nothing more than commodities to a system akin to a plantation, and they deserve to be compensated for their work because, like professionals, they are putting their body on the lines every day. Thank you, class.